which actually works into my next question. But I was going to finish saying, that's amazing, because that is very important. That starting young and instilling certain values in their lives, what I'm saying, that they'll carry on for the rest of their lives. Like they can't
Hmm.
live any other way. This is just who they are. Just it's part of who they are. But my next question is, what improvements in schooling do you think should be made immediately or nothing? Change nothing.
Oh no, I'm always all about improving myself. Like when the world shut down for the pandemic, people was just like, well, what they gonna do, but how they, for beauty and hair. So I ended up transforming all my client into my company, a wig company. So this is one of my wigs right here. So
I'm
I
not gonna
created.
lie. I thought you just braided the scalp. I thought you just braided the scalp. Not gonna
No.
lie.
So elevation is very important. Like educating yourself. Like right now, everybody the AI, everybody's my age is afraid of this AI
Yeah.
situation, right?
Yeah.
No, I went and actually took an AI book writing class.
Amazing.
So I can know how to pump these books out that I want to create. My first one is 95% done. I only had 7 mistakes. And I learned that the best sellers are the titles are usually only 3 words or 1 word. Because when the title is extremely long, people go, "Ooh, that's gonna be wordy to read,"
Yeah.
So I narrowed down my title, and now I have to just fix the grammatical mistakes in it, and the book should be done in a week through the AI system.
Yeah.
So I had to buy into what's currently happening with the bestsellers. They all
Yeah.
running their books off of AI. So why be afraid?
Because you're
You
still
know,
getting your words out, and you're
right?
still, yeah.
But you get the information faster, and you can get the correction done faster, and you in a community that's moving fast. You know what I mean? So you don't want to run for that. You want to be able to keep up with the speed of how the world is going. So it's very important for you to. I remember I was stuck in a BlackBerry for a long time, and John A was like, "Oh, mama, you got to get out of that BlackBerry and get an iPhone." I was like, I cried about it, but look, now I can't live without my iPhone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I like to inspire every person that's in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s to not be afraid of technology because it's only just going to make your life easy and more simpler.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, Thanks for that. I honestly, that wasn't the question. Uh, I asked, what improvements in school do you think should be made
Like
immediately or not?
in like education,
Like
school.
edge of school, yeah, in school.
Like I said, I think the schools need to continually like doing what they're doing, but now, as far as like, because all my kids are out of school, they're all
Yeah.
grown now. But
So
I was talking
because
about
I mean, like,
education for people my age.
mhm,
That's what I was internalizing the question.
yeah,
In school, like school is life is school,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So in education, like I really don't know what's going on in the education and school platform
hmm
now because I don't have children in school right now, other
hmm.
than to provide
Well,
more
I mean, it's
security for
completely the
them.
same. So
You know,
that's the whole like social debate right now is that schools
right?
haven't changed in over, for decades, so they're trying to say like a classroom from 300 from 200 years ago looks the same today. So but like a car doesn't look the same, a phone doesn't look the same, a house doesn't
Well,
look the same,
I
etc.
think I don't think that as far as so I think school has improved because now they have integrated computer systems in school. Kids are learning at a more fast pace. Kids are learning coding. I don't see anything really wrong with the educational system other than when the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
They had to get that together. It's like from taking the kids from out of the classroom to now doing home study and learning education. And I don't know what all the programs are, but from what I see, if the parent is involved in the child's life, and I think the programs in the school maybe need to indoctrinate more real history. You know what I'm saying? On our in education of Black people instead of what they're trying to say Christopher Columbus and all the different things. Like I think all those things need to be corrected because through the internet now we see that all those were lies.
Yeah.
You know, so as far as that, you know, put in the right documentation of what our history is in school, I think that's what only thing I feel like needs to be upgraded and changed. You know, the real culture of our African American people. You know, and we were not always born in slavehood. You know, we were all there. We had millionaires even back then, and the real creators of why we use certain things in this world. I think that needs to be implemented more. You know, who really created these things instead of how the the white people or the Caucasus of the world try to say they created, but how they really stole all our inventions. You know, like I think all that's important for our education for the next generation. And I just think that it needs to be more of a security system implemented in our school to help save our kids from the predators. You know, even the predators are hired in the school. You know,
Yeah.
those type of things are always need safety and need to be implemented in our systems. But as far as the classroom values, I don't see where there's really a problem. Other than people themselves want to become teachers and dismanage, you know, the system of why it's important to have a community of teachers.
Yeah.
So parents can go on with their life because I think that's the highlight of the life is to drop the kid off at school.
Yeah.
You know, so they can continue the education.
Yeah.
So I don't see where other than that,
I
I don't
mean,
really see no change.
so I want to know, how many languages do you know?
I just know hood language and English. But my daughter Janae speaks two languages because I just wasn't focused on how important that was to learn Spanish. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Who knew that Spanish was going to be a dominant language like it is now?
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's very important. I think a child should know 3 to 4 languages, just because the world is so mixed up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's important.
I think yeah, because that's the main thing that I feel like really the only thing I feel like should change. Like when I think of something that I wish that had been included into my life, at least to be bilingual of knowing America's two most common languages, which is Spanish and English. You
English,
know,
right?
so I
But
feel
then
like
see, it's still a choice. I chose still. I mean, I know the basics, but to me, I didn't think it was important.
yeah,
Growing my mother never emphasized how important that was,
yeah.
but I should have. But as a child, maybe she would have expressed a little bit more. Is you need to have both. Maybe I could have, but at this point, my major was arts and science, which
Uh-huh.
is a universal language to me.
Yeah.
So, through the science of the arts. So I just never felt like being bilingual was going to be important to me. And actually it was. So like I said, that's another choice and consequence that I had to deal with.
Hmm.
But I did make sure that my Janae she's bilingual. Candace is a little bit in Spanish, and John, John is like I said, he's another art major. His
Yeah.
art speaks for him.
Yeah.
So it depends on what type of lifestyle you choose. If you're in a corporate world or you in a arts and science world, two
Yeah.
different worlds.
No. No, I love that. Uh but yeah. I did have one more question, but it
Okay.
is also up to you if you want to answer. So if it's not too personal,
Hmm.
um And what is the most you have charged or been offered for your services, and how did you come up with your pricing?
Well, I come up with my pricing on depending on the hours and how much love I got to put into it,
Absolutely.
and understanding and how I have to deal with each individual. So it's actually I come up with my pricing from my years of experience and my expertise of who I am and what I do. So I think I get paid by my rates and hourly. So hourly I'm 175 to $200 an hour. You know, sometimes 300 an hour. It's because the history that I've been doing this all my life. Like I'm
Absolutely.
educated, I'm well trained,
Absolutely.
and I am very diverse. And whatever you want, I can create it.
I can tell
So
you
I believe I've
firsthand.
earned my pay rate.
Yeah, I can tell you firsthand that you're not going to be able, you're not going to sit there as long. You're not going to feel as much pain. Because beauty is pain, so it's possible those braids could hurt. But we
Hmm.
even going a step further, create this installation that
Hmm.
that doesn't. Which how much are you charging for that installation on your head?
Well, to create the unit itself, this is probably because look how long it is. So
Well,
I would probably sell this like for like $1,200.
and rightfully so.
Hmm.
And rightfully so. Uh, I think I did have a couple bonus questions. Did you
Like
did
I did a 2 day wedding. It was an Ethiopian wedding, beautiful ceremony, something I've never done. And I actually charged from taking care of the bride, doing her installation of her weave, extensions, and her sister's hair. That reward for that, and it was a 2 day service, was $6,000.
mm,
So again, it comes with your
absolutely.
expertise,
Yeah.
executing the bride,
Hmm.
making sure everything is perfect on every picture, not a hair out of place.
Absolutely.
And that hair was bouncing and talking as she walked down the aisle. People was like, "Oh my God, her hair was so beautiful."
That's amazing. That's
So
amazing. And that's what she wanted to hear. That's what she wanted to hear on her wedding day. That she had a hair like a princess and she, a dress like one. Uh,
yeah,
are there any styles or techniques or anything that you created?
are they are these styles or techniques that I've created personally?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you created personally.
Oh, like I said, I've been a trendsetter all my life. I think the styles that I've done since I was like maybe a teenager and everybody's are still doing
Yeah.
nowadays. Like the different like my book I created it's called Braider from the front brush to Hollywood. I disclose my technique of how I base my braids off a clock system. So 12 and 6 is center line. 3 and 9 is horizontal. So if you place that no matter over the head, there's no way that you can have your braids off. And each centimeter between each clock line is a part. So if you can base that part off of each line of a face of a clock, there's no way you can have crooked parts. So that's one of my systems that I put out there in my book, is teaching people how to braid perfect, how to get your lines symmetrically even, how not to have too much hair in the line when you're adding an extension. You know, some people have a problem getting the extension smooth without any lumps. So I
Hmm.
talk about how much per, you don't want to add more hair that's thicker than the part.
Too much
You know
both.
what I mean? So just my parting system alone in braiding has changed the game. I will
Because I done
believe,
seen
especially
some both of
for
you. I done
younger
seen some
people.
of those heads you talking
Right,
about. Because,
right,
they be like, Kenny did not do that head. You know what
right, right.
I'm
So I just believe that's one of the things that it's gonna be an access, because I really put this book out to for young girls from the projects, urban neighborhoods, or all around the world.
and
If
what's
you
the name
treat
of the
your
book?
gift as a business, it's called Braider, from the front porch to Hollywood.
Now, see,
So
you got
in the
it down
future, just
packed.
as a
That
business,
simple
you too
name,
can
that
travel the world.
simple, that's you got that, and it's captivating. Like, yeah,
So
like,
just my sauce alone, um it's, I believe it's going to really help people, because I in that book I put my 10 commandments of business, the do's and do not, common questions that people ask about, getting their hair braided, why they have hair loss, just everything that I've experienced in my life as a braider is in the book. So I'm really excited about putting this book out. This, I believe, is going to help a lot of people understand not just the fundamentals of braiding, because how to create the braid, how to take that braid into a cornrow, and to combine those two for design. So that's the structure of the information of, because everybody's like, I just wish I just knew how to do a braid. Okay, well, here it is. you know, and how to take that cornrow, how do you make that braid into a cornrow? Well, here it is. And if you combine those two things, you can make a design. So I think that's what I've created in the world that's going to help people.
wow, wow, wow. No, that's amazing to. And I mean, I think that. And if you ain't created your own thing, I don't think you get to call yourself a true professional hairstylist, because the thing is what can you bring to the table? And you brought it, and you've delivered, and I think it's amazing. And I don't think, I think this just goes to show that art really fixes real obstacles, which is
It
what my
does.
what Afro stands for, and what and how I actually came up with that name for Afro. I was sitting there and I was meditating actually outside under a tree. I was meditating when I was like 11 years old. I was, my older brother was into like meditation and spirituality. So I also started picking up on meditating and, being more
Hmm.
spiritual and being in tune with myself. And as I'm meditating, I end up having this vision, and it's this monkey, what I'm saying? And this monkey climbs down to the tree, and he's talking in one ear. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then he
Hmm.
goes to the other area. He's like, "You already know. You already know. You already know." And I'm like, "Huh? What do I know? What do I know?" He's like, "Afro." So then, even as Afro, it wasn't even until like I want to say like a couple of days later, because it was really
Hmm.
just festering on my mind. I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, like Afro, Afro. I've never thought of Afro, Afro. And then next thing I know, art fixes real obstacles just poured right out of that, and I was like,
Hmm.
wow, wow,
Yeah.
because art fixes real obstacles.
Goes.
Your
Yeah.
skills, your talents that you really you can gather at a young age. You know what I'm
Age.
saying?
Yeah.
And it just takes somebody to nurse that passion and that drive
Hmm.
to help you, get it there to where you need it to
Hmm.
be, or I'm saying, or even just disciplining yourself, what I'm saying, enough to get yourself, the distance, what I'm saying, and being around the right mentors, what I'm saying, in the right place in the right time sometimes.
Timing is everything. Like I said, you asked me, the first thing you asked me, what was the most sacrifice you feel that you had? And it's time. Timing is everything. Being a master of time, because you got to know your time is always the right time.
Absolutely. And I mean, like, your entire your uh career is based around timing, and that also falls into your family and home life. And so time is an intricate thing inside of
It is.
any thriving company, business, or person's career, so yeah, no. um um All right, last question. Last one. What is
Okay.
your most complex style and who got it?
Complex. Oh, I don't. Everything is easy for me. I'm sorry. Uh,
What is your most time consuming style and who got it?
braiding,
Braiding?
braiding.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
braiding because that just takes time. It's timing. Yeah, and that at the
wow.
end, actually, I think installing these wigs to make them look flawless. That was really challenging for me.
Yeah.
You know, like to really produce this where it looks like it's growing out your scalp.
Yeah,
The
it does.
application of it. I think that was my most challenging thing that I had to learn at my age because it's what all the young people were doing. So just to take all my skill because I'm a great stylist, right? So that was the easy part. Because a lot of people they know how to lay wigs, but they can't style no hair. So, but having the combination of being a great stylist and learning the technique of learning to lay that wigs like wig perfect, like these young people know how to do, was like taking my internal what's happening now to make it perfect.
Yeah.
So I think that was like really the most challenging thing in my career was the transformation and how to convince all my clients. So now y'all need to be wearing wigs. How's that? So wigs now. Turn the whole clientele over to wigs.
No, I love it. And you got the whole suitcase and it's a whole vibe. I love
It's
it.
a vibe, right?
It's a whole vibe. It really is. Everybody's excited when they get their candy, you know what I'm saying? They candy wig suitcase. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I
no,
think that was the most challenging.
huh?
That was one of my most challenging ones right there was getting this wig game down pat, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. No, I believe it. No, because I mean, everybody wanted some. Everybody's so used to the old school sewn in. You know what I'm saying? Wow,
That was
I love it. I love it.
but I believe
You're
really
innovative.
really it's just mastering every skill set you have is your challenge, in life.
Innovative
Becoming a
and
master.
optimistic.
Yes.
I think that's really what I've noticed is what has been your drive through this whole thing is just being innovative, optimistic, and just following your Lord and
Going with the
following God.
going with the flow of the wind.
Yeah,
Don't fight against the wind. You're gonna all lose all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
going with the flow of life with God, the
So
universe.
so how can people get in touch with you without one of your wigs?
Okay, you can reach me at Dream Candy Fair on Instagram, and then that's another one of my IG. And then also we have Candy for Hair, CandyForHair, number 1, because I'm the best. I'm always number 1. And also on Facebook, my name, Candida Farmer. And then I have a website, dreamcandyforhair.com. And then I also have a YouTube channel, Dream Candy Hair. Those are all my outlets.
Absolutely. And I'll definitely be putting that in the link in the description below. Y'all go check it out, Candy. That
This
was
has been fun
awesome.
on
Yeah, this has
Christmas.
been
So Merry
fun.
Christmas to everybody,
And
right?
Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, I love this interview. This was my first interview going up. So, you are number one once again.
You better know it. Thank you.
So yeah, any quick questions you want to ask, or any
Oh no, this
projects
has
you
been
got
great.
going on you want to let the crowds know about, or we
This
covered it
getting ready
all?
in April because I'm dropping that book. That's all.
Absolutely.
April on my
Oh,
birthday. It's gonna be the big launch.
what's the new book?
It's the book Braider.
Oh, okay,
You know what
okay,
I'm talking about? Yeah,
okay.
and
The
then
whole
also,
book is coming out. Okay,
yeah. Then and I'm reintroducing my shampoo and conditioner, putting that back out. Dream Candy Hair. It has hemp oil in it, so it's really created for coils and curls. So I have that, and then just there's a new launch on the website. New launch coming in April. Like of everything I created.
that's great. And so, what product do you say is like best for black hair? The coil, like really thick, coarse, coily hair
But like
get
for
in it.
shampoo and conditioner,
Yeah,
I just think any conditioner that that's not drying, that won't dry our hair out because our hair. it's already naturally dry. It's not like Hispanic hair or white hair. Their
Hmm.
hair, most of them are born with oily based hair.
Yeah.
So I created this shampoo and conditioner because it comes with a really good natural hemp oil and it has a good smell. So anything that's gonna stretch your cuticles out to be softer, but not cause it to be too greasy and too heavy. So that was my main concern in creating my product, and so that's what I did. Something that's going to be light, smell good, and also detangle at the same time because a lot of us are tender headed. I know I grew up super tender headed. So I just wanted a good conditioner that can soften the hair up, expand the cuticle, and also smooth it out. So when you comb it out, you not, it's like not such an ouch process.
Yeah.
And it also gives you a really good shine. And that's why the hemp oil is in there for the hair. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. She even makes her own shampoo, y'all. So go out, check that out. Go in the link in the description. Go get you a bottle. Moisturize that scalp. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing some dry hairs this winter. So definitely go out there and get you some candy for hair
Dream
shampoo.
Candy Hair Shampoo and Conditioner. Okay, it's out there.
Absolutely.
Website www.dreamcandyfair. Okay, so that's my new thing. The dream just gets bigger.
I love that. I love that. And now I know what that means. The dream just keeps getting bigger. Of course, hair
It
grows.
started from the front
The
porch.
dream. Dream candy
Yeah,
for hair. Wow. All right,
Candy don't
Candy.
stop dreaming. It just gets bigger.
All right,
That's what I
Candy.
tell
Thanks.
myself.
Thanks for visiting.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you get back to the family and
Okay.
enjoy your Christmas and holiday. Um, anything else?
That's it. I promise.
Absolutely. All right. Well, tell the
All
family
right. Love you.
I said Merry Christmas and goodbye.
All right. Goodbye.
Ah, bye.